If there were 12 simple truths that could make you wealthy as a team leader, highly productive solo agent, or broker owner, would you want them? Well, I've got them for you right here on this episode of Commission. Hey, folks, I wrote a book quite a while ago, longer ago than I thought, called The 5 Lies That Will Ruin Your Real Estate Career. We recently did an episode on the 5 lies, but the subtitle was And the Truth That Can Make You Wealthy. And we said can make you wealthy because we didn't want to get in any legal trouble. I think if you follow these 12 truths, it would be difficult not to become wealthy as a real estate team leader, or again, whatever you're calling the pseudo team or the broker team or whatever. So we're going to dive into those on this here episode of Commission, but I'm not alone here. I am Todd Tramonte, real estate team leader, broker, coach, radio host, consultant, all those things right here in Dallas-Fort Worth. I've got with me Grady Dill, our director of real estate growth systems, and together we coach agents all over North America. What's up, Grady?
What up?
That's what he does, folks. He says so much, but he's also here with a copy of the book in his hand. Once again, I don't care if you get a copy of the book. We didn't write it to make a bunch of money, but if you want one, they're on Amazon, I think less than $10. But we're going to talk through those 12 simple truths. These are very simple. And after you've heard them, you're going to go, duh, I should do that. But you're also going to maybe think, I'm not doing all of those things. And I would rather have a simple plan to become wealthy than a really, really complex one. So if you are a real estate, a highly productive solo agent or solo with help, bullseye here would be you already have a team and you're trying to scale and grow and find more profit, or you're a broker that operates a little more integrated and connected team-like, then these 12 truths are very highly likely to help you and your agents all become financially wealthy in real estate and have the ability to have massive impact. We're always talking about income and impact here on Commissioned and in our coaching world at Real Estate Growth Systems and with our agents on the team at the Todd Tramonte Home Selling Team. So I'm going to let Grady ask questions, but let me just start by saying, maybe there's 13, maybe there's 15. These are the 12 that 8 or 9 years ago when I wrote this book, I want to say it in reverse, bothered me the most that people don't do these things. So the 5 lies part of the book is like, these are things people are living on that are doing that are not true. These are the things that are true that often people are not taking advantage of. And they're so simple. I wanted to share them with you right here. Here we go. What you got, Grady? Where do you want to go?
Number 1, talk to a lot of people.
Yep. Close the door. Shut the briefcase.
What else do you need to know?
If you didn't do any of the others and you had to pick one, this is probably, there's a couple you can't avoid. We'll get there. But this is probably like skill, habit, pattern number 1 to be a successful real estate agent, team leader, recruiter, broker, whatever, is you just need to talk to a ton of people. Notice I didn't say talk to a lot of people about real estate, because if you're in real estate and you're open and halfway decent at it, real estate is going to come up in conversations. You just need to talk to a lot of people, a lot of different people, not like the same 3 people lots of times, but you just need to talk to a lot of people. Let them initiate. If they don't, you can seed the conversation without being obnoxious. But if you talk to a lot of people, a lot of times, you're going to get into real estate conversations. You're going to get business. You're going to get referrals. You're going to get referred to new team members. You're going to make hires. You're going to build partnerships. You're going to find sources. You're going to find vendors. I know how unbelievably silly it sounds for this to be like an actual thing, but this is number 1. Talk to a lot of people. Number 1 of the 12 simple truths that will, can, should, almost certainly will make you wealthy in residential real estate, especially as a team leader.
The second one is be frequently knowledgeable, know your stats, history, trends, and issues of the day.
Yeah, so this one is dangerous because if you remember, one of my lies was like the best agent always wins the business. So it's like the most skillful, knowledgeable agent always gets the client is a lie. But you do need to be a really skillful, knowledgeable agent. You just also need to be a great communicator and marketer, or at least connected to one in a team scenario or brokerage scenario. But it is be freakishly knowledgeable, know your statistics, history, trends, and issues of the day. And really what this comes down to is you really, 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 really need to know more about real estate than your prospects and your clients.
It's really embarrassing when you don't.
If you don't, why would they hire you? Why would they trust you? And real estate is something where so much information is out there. Oftentimes your client might know a little bit more than you about something, but you have to ensure that you know way more than them about almost everything. If they happen to know a little bit more about the school board than you, or the water plant in town, or the construction out on 75, whatever, you're going to be fine. Yep. But if they're more knowledgeable about your career, about statistics, the history of the area, trends in the marketplace, rules, legal rulings, changes in the area, you're toast, and you don't deserve their business. So you've got to be freakishly knowledgeable. And to be clear, the reason I used freakishly knowledgeable on purpose is you want people who are interacting with you for the first time or second time or for the first time in a while to walk away and be like, wow, that Grady is sharp. Like, that's surprising how sharp he is. It's unbelievable how knowledgeable she is. I had no idea what she was talking about, but it was all so helpful. I would never have known to even go ask that question or to look that up. You want to be so knowledgeable that it's freakish, that it stands out, that it is a bit shocking that somebody could be that expert-oriented, that knowledgeable, that prepared. That's what you're trying to do. And you're highly likely to become wealthy.
The third one is think long-term.
Oh, man. I could write a whole book on this. Maybe I will someday. I could certainly do events on this. I've done keynotes on it. But I think one of the three most important things in small business is to think long-term, not to make decisions for the benefit of right now, because it will hurt you long-term, and often to pass up on short-term benefits for the long-term stability of the team, of the business, of your career, of your income, of your impact, wealth, relationships. You look really eager, so go ahead.
I just love how this one starts. Like, the first words are, don't be stupid. It ain't going to happen overnight. And that just feels like real estate in general.
Just like take a deep breath now. Yeah. Okay, he said it. Now, when I said think long-term, I really utilize it two ways. It's a very short, I don't even know if we call that a chapter. It's a very short section. It's a page and a half. But I mean, think long-term, meaning make decisions with the long-term benefit of you and your clients and your agents and your family and all interested parties. Think with the long-term interest in mind. Also, think long-term, understand, I'm going to be here for a while. It's going to take some time to develop a brand, reputation, to be able to really, truly offer more value than some other agents or than a portal or a one-stop shop or whatever. These things do take time. All things that are really, really, really good and valuable and repeatable take time. There are some things that do kind of snap, flash, happen overnight, but those things are not repeatable. That's not something you can repeat every quarter, every year, or with a hire, or with some help. So think long-term in both ways. Think, hey, I'm going to give myself time to build something really quality with real impact and real income. But also, I'm going to make decisions for the best long-term interest of the client, the business, and myself, instead of just what would get me out of the funk or what would get me some money right away. Think long-term is an absolute truth of wealth building through residential real estate.
Number 4 is think clients first, company or team second, and self last.
Yeah, because we have so many to cover, I'll cover this one quickly. You're either going to believe me or not. It's kind of up to you. Think clients first, company or team second, and self last. It sounds so cheesy and woo-woo, but let me just give you kind of the comparison. Let's just say you're on a team of 7 people. If all 7 people are looking out for number 1, and they're nice and kind and hardworking, but really each of those 7 people is just really primarily focused on themselves, then everyone on the team has one person looking out for them. But if everyone on the team is all in and obsessive about every client the team has, and then they're really all in and obsessive about everyone on the team's success, and they think of themselves last, then every client has 7 team members focused on their success. And every team member has 7 people focused on their success. And they have 6 people focused on their success on their most self-destructive, they're their own worst enemy, they're their biggest problem day. There's 6 other people fighting for you to be successful. So as cheesy as this sounds, it's one of the many reasons that I think team, defined however you choose, is the best way to provide great value, have great income, and enjoy for a long, long sustainable period of time a residential real estate business. So think clients first, company or team second, and self last.
Number 5 is think local, think niche.
If you want to say niche, say niche. I'll say niche or specialization. You know how this goes. If you're going to pronounce that word in its native language, pronounce all words in their native language. Tough guy. Anyway, think local, think specialized. Okay. So what I mean by this is don't try to be all things to all people. Don't try to be an expert at all things, all parts of town, all property types, all price points. Don't do that. It's not going to work. You can't do that. You don't have the intellectual capacity or the time or the desire or the energy unless you're just an absolute unicorn. And if you are, more power to you. But the truth here is, if you will specialize, you will much more rapidly be well known, be trusted, be referable, be expert, be able to add more value, to dedicate less time, energy, and focus towards expertise and value. This is pretty obvious. It's the get rich in your niche. Oh, it's weird that niche doesn't rhyme. Get rich in your niche. So here's the deal, people. Think local or specialized. That your specialization doesn't have to be geographic, but you're probably primarily going to work the market that you're in, but it doesn't have to be one part. It could be a psychographic group or a property type or a price point or a life stage or a career type or whatever the case is. But if you'll specialize, you will get wealthy in real estate faster, period.
Number 6, obey the law, maintain the standards, be proud to do the right thing.
Yeah. I don't think we need to unpack that very much, but there are people that would tell you going into real estate, I would never compromise on any of that. Why are we even talking about this? And then you'll have a client ask you to. And then your choices are, is the client always right? Do I do what the client wants, or do I stand my ground? Is this a law, or is that like an ethical suggestion? As soon as you start playing those games, you're losing sleep. You're ultimately going to lose money. You're going to lose credibility. You're going to lose self-respect. And I'm here to tell you, I'd rather lose a client. I'd rather lose a commission than ever even flirt with questioning myself or losing my integrity. And I'm telling you, it's worth it for yourself. It's worth it for your client. It's worth it for your income and your impact. Obey the law, maintain the standards, be proud to do the right thing. Muster the courage and integrity to be proud that you'll occasionally lose some opportunity by doing the right thing.
Number 7, value time over money.
This is very difficult for younger people or people newer in the business when there's a commission to be earned, but I got to drive an hour and I've already shown them 32 houses, but they seem ready. And so I'm going to go show them 6 more. At some point, you're going to realize that your most limited resource is actually time, not money. You can make a lot of money. You can make a lot of money fast. You can make a lot of money that you didn't have to work that hard for. So it's possible. I'm not saying it's easy or certain or predictable, but it's possible. It is absolutely impossible to just create more time, to get time back that has been stewarded poorly. So I'm here to encourage you that it is true that if you value time over money, you are highly likely, you are increasing your odds in real estate, especially with a team.
Number 8, hard work is required.
Period. End of sentence. Hard work is required. I like it when people say work smart, not hard, because I like to laugh at them. At them, not with them. It's like I'm laughing like, oh, you're so foolish. But good luck with your little ism, your little quote, not tism. Don't be a jerk. An ism, a little successory, a photo on the wall with a lion behind it, a little success quote. Work smart, not hard. That's dumb. That's not good for you. Work smart and hard. Hey, if you can leverage your intellect to avoid back-breaking labor, great, do that. But put a lot of that work in. Use your brilliance and your intellect and your strategy and go hard. Go all in. Not just time or sweat, but it should be hard. You should be solving real problems with weight, with consequence, and that is hard. And so hard work is required. I don't want to be outside swinging a sledgehammer in the Texas sun all summer. I don't want to do that either. But it's hard to try to keep a team happy, to keep people compensated well, to keep people's production consistent, to keep certain clients happy, to manage shifting market trends. That's hard. And you should face it head on and just know, hey, that's part of it. That's required. I'm not avoiding it. Now, if I can minimize the hard with strategy and leverage and tech, do that. It's not work hard, not smart. It's work hard and be smart and just know that there is no path to sustained success and wealth and happiness and impact without hard work. There is none.
Number 9, be thankful.
Amen, brother. We were joking in my community group the other night about having an attitude of gratitude and having a gratitude journal. But also, I've probably taught 5 times in the last year on the power of gratitude, how compelling it is. Who do you want to hang around with? People who are grateful or people who are ungrateful? Doesn't take a long time to sort that out, right? Be thankful. Be thankful for the gifts that you were born with, for the country that you live in, for the laws and freedoms that allow you to do work like this, to be in a career where if you are good and you are committed and you follow these 12 truths, you can have an almost certain path to wealth and freedom, and that you get to choose. Be thankful when people trust you with their time and dollars and homes. Be thankful when someone trusts you with a referral or an introduction, even if it doesn't turn into commission. Be thankful, and thankful people will be attracted to you. Opportunities will be attracted to you, not because of some intergalactic, possible law of attraction, but because people are genuinely drawn to gratitude. When you're thankful, you're more open to opportunity. When you're angry and play victim and you're ungrateful, you're closed off. And that's not a good position to be for building wealth. Whether we're defining it as financial, relational, flexibility, or whatever, all forms of wealth do well in a fertile ground of thankfulness.
Number 10, communicate directly.
Yeah, this may not be as clear as I intended it to be. What's the irony there when I said communicate directly and it may not feel as directly communicated as I had hoped? Communicate directly just literally means leave no room for confusion. Be very clear. Sometimes it's better to be very simple and clear than to be overly eloquent, than to be hyper clever. Now, I like the good turn of phrase. I like a good wordsmithing. But when it comes to transactions and business and hiring and firing and commissions and contracts, we just need to make sure that people are very clear. And that's always done best face-to-face. You can't always do that. So whether it's a video call or a phone call, real-time live interaction where it's voice to voice and we can clean up some confusion and sense a little bit of misunderstanding is the primary way to communicate. So you really want it to be top down, either face to face or by phone. Next best is probably text, then maybe email. Now we're getting into some really dangerous talk here, like social media messaging and stuff like that. It's just dangerous because you don't have context. It's not always done in real time. There are delays, there's confusion. And we tend to be communicating about really pivotal and important things. So it is very, very important for us to be obsessive, committed, and growing constantly at being better and better, very clear and direct communicators.
Number 11, shake the trees.
So shake the trees, for the sake of today's podcast, is a quote from Cool Hand Luke, just about constantly being active. It's about, look, activity breeds opportunity, right? So if you're like needing some business or you just have a little bit of time on your hands, go talk to people. Number one, talk to a lot of people. Go host an event, do an open house, get some people together, send out an email, send out some text, talk to some past clients, have coffee, have lunch, talk to a vendor, learn something. Like, just be active. Activity breeds activity. Activity breeds success, breeds opportunity, breeds ideas, breeds more energy. You don't want to be sitting around waiting for life to come to you. You don't want to wait for the market to correct. You want to go shake the trees. You want to create opportunities. Some fruit may fall out. Something good might happen to you. But just sitting and waiting is a terrible approach to success and impact.
And then number 12, ask for business.
Okay, number 1 was talk to a lot of people. And I said, you don't even have to bring up real estate. But at some point, number 12 is true. You do have to ask for the business. If you don't ask, you will not get very often. You do have to ask. Now, you don't have to ask like a overbearing jerk. You don't have to say, didn't you say your sister was going to move? Why haven't you introduced me yet? Nobody's a real big fan of that guy. We're recording this in December, so we're thinking about holiday parties. Actually, tonight is our company Christmas party. Nobody's fired up at the person at the Christmas party that has their business cards out. Like, nobody's excited about the obnoxious realtor or insurance person that's like, hey, here's my card. I'm Rick. Let me know if you ever have insurance needs. Like, I've never met someone that's like, man, that was great. I loved meeting Rick and getting 3 of his business cards. I'm so glad you invited him. Sorry, Rick. But what people are intrigued by is when you're great at what you do and you can find compelling ways just to say, hey, just so you know, like, you'll never be interrupting me. If you were a friend, needs my help, needs my real estate expertise to buy, sell, or just check a value on something, whether I'm going to get commission or not, like, I'll always pick up your call. If I'm not with my family or in a meeting, I'm answering and be thrilled to help you or a friend or a family member. And by the way, what I specialize in is the most desirable neighborhoods in DFW and homes on small acreage, like 1 to 5 acre type stuff. So I'm here to help you with anything. But if that stuff ever comes up, I'm totally here to help. What do you do that I could help you with? Like, that's a very different way to ask for a business. But by the way, Jim Rohn said, you can make up for in numbers what you lack in skill. So even if you don't do it skillfully, if you ask enough, you'll get enough. And there are some people who are not very eloquent and aren't super smooth, but they're just fearless, or they just face their fear and they're just always asking. And so they're always getting, and they do really, really well in the business. And you judge what they do, and they're running circles around you. They're making more than you. They're probably having more fun than you. They might even be giving more than you and benefiting the world maybe more than you, because they're not afraid to ask. And you are. And you tell yourself it's because you don't want to be overbearing. You don't want to bother people. You don't want to make it all about you. But if you're great at what you do, if you've been listening to commission for a while, or you're on a great team, or you're well coached and you have a great process, you know highly likely that 99+% of their alternatives, the other agents in your town, the other brokers, the other teams, are going to provide a way less awesome experience than you. So then I have to ask you, is you're not asking for the business kind of a punk move? Are you kind of being a jerk by not asking for the business and just letting them go get Bob over at ABC Realty, who sucks, but is nice, hardworking guy, just not very good at real estate? If you don't ask, they're likely to end up with that person. Not very good. So those are the 12 simple truths. If you'd like to implement those and other powerful strategies into your real estate business or team, click a link below this video or near this audio, wherever you're here in the pod. And I'd be happy to gift you 15-ish minutes of my time. Just grab some time on my calendar. May not be right away, but we'll find some time. We'll talk about what it looks like to implement some of this into your business, or to polish a little bit of this, or to clean up some lies, or get a little bit more truth in your world. And then, of course, if you want to talk about coaching or an event or something like that, I'd be happy to talk to you about that as well. But that's totally free. Click a link near this video or this audio, or track us down online, Todd Tramonte or Real Estate Growth Systems. I'd be honored to give you that gift, help you, and walk away, no fee, no obligation, or talk more about how we could help you more through some coaching or events down the road. So maybe even talk about Mastermind. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, download this bad boy, give us a review, share it with a friend, and I will talk to you on the next episode.